Good morning, dear friends. Last lecture, we have learned about what is the magnetic flux linkage in the stator when the salient pole rotor is excited, and we have resolved this the pattern of this magnetic flux distribution in Fourier transform, and we end up with this equation of flux linkage, which is the function of this rotor flux, which is a function of the rotor angle. So it is a cosine of the rotor angle, so that it will vary with respect to rotor angle in an zigzag way, and we come to know always this when the rotor is cylindrical, salient pole, and the stator is cylindrical, this stator flux linkage, when this rotor is excited, it will vary with respect to the rotor angle. In this lecture, we are going to learn about what is a mutual inductance between the stator and rotor by considering the previous derivation of magnetic flux linkage in the stator. So let me share my presentation. So in this last lecture, we have learned that, let me recall this final equation. Psi S stator flux linkage is equal to 8 Bm, number of turns in the stator, radius in the length of the stator axle divided by pi, and cos gamma into cos theta. So we can take this entire term as psi m maximum. So we can write why it is maximum whenever this theta r is 0. This is will be the maximum value. So we can write it as psi maximum into cos theta. From this we can conclude that if this is the axis theta and this is the flux linkage phi s, assume this angle is 0, then after some time this angle is 90°, then we have 180°, then 270°, then 360°, and so on. So whenever theta is equal to 0, we have the maximum magnetic flux is phi m, then it will goes to negative 0, then it will turn and goes to the negative. This negative value is again minus psi m, then again it will goes to 0 and it will goes to this maximum value. So this is how the distribution, the wave shape of this So now, if this is the function of cos, we'll have this shape of sine shape. And have the shape of sine shape. So this is the value of stator flux linkage. So our aim of this today's lecture is going to find out mutual inductance between the stator and rotor. Mutual inductance between stator and rotor. So for understanding this, normally mutual inductance between the stator and rotor is nothing but flux linkages in the stator divided by current flowing through this rotor. Already we know what is equal to psi s. Psi s is nothing but psi m into cos theta. In this psi m, we have one term is magnetic flux density Bm. So I would like to know what is the value of Bm. So for that, let me draw the previous same curve. So this is the stator outer surface. Then this is the Okay. This is the inner surface area of the stator. Then we have the rotor is like this. Rotor is like this. So now, when the stator is excited, let me take this current entering is here, current entering is here, and current leaving to the stator is here. Therefore, magnetic flux line will goes like this. Already we have drawn in this previous lectures as well. So anyway, I am recalling this. So this is the magnetic flux line which is passing through this state. So as current entering is here and the current leaving is here, magnetic flux density will be positively maximum in this region, negatively maximum in this region. So now this is the magnetic flux density. So if the whenever this magnetic flux is passing through this is the length of the air gap. In this air gap is always constant since the magnetic flux is passing through this. Similarly, the return path also length of the air gap is constant. So now I would like to write that Ampere's circuital law of magnetic flux. Already we know integration of H vector line integral of H vector dot dl is equal to number of turns in the current in the circuit. So now we can say here line integral, we can, if you remove this integral, how we can write magnetic flux density in this air gap. In this air gap is we can have write it as Hg, and the length of the air gap is Lg, then return path. So there is no reluctance. I am assuming that the reluctance is more or less zero. Since permeability of this medium is infinity, therefore this medium reluctance will be zero. There is no need to calculate this magnetic flux density in this region. Then we have to, when this is a return path, so again we will have Hg into Lg equal to, now we are exciting the state rotor, so number of turns in the rotor and the current which is flowing through the rotor. From this we can have Hg equal to Nr IR divided by 2L into G. NRIR divided by 2L into G. So magnetic flux density Bm is nothing but mu naught into Hg, so that we can write mu naught NR IR divided by 2Lg. NRIR divided by 2Lg. Now I am going to substitute this Bm in this equation. Therefore, psi s can be written as 8 psi s can be written as 8 mu naught ns, mu naught nr ir divided by 2Lg R into L divided by pi into cos gamma into cos theta. Now we can write this equation so that it will be 4. So psi s can write it as 4 mu naught R into L. Here one ns term will be also there. Mu naught ns nr into R into L into IR divided by pi into cos gamma into cos theta. Now let me take this, write this mutual inductance. Mutual inductance IR and this IR will cancel. Therefore, 4 mu naught NS NR R L divided by so this LG will also be here one term. This LG divided by pi LG into cos gamma into cos theta. So now I can take this entire term as maximum mutual inductance. So we can write MSR, maybe you can take it as MSR cap. So MSR cap into cos theta. So this waveform also, it is varying with respect to this sign. Here it will be like that we have to arrange the stator slot such a way that to get this sine wave distribution. So here it will be maximum, then in this 90 0, then 190 maximum, negatively maximum, then 180 maximum, so then 270 0, then 360 again positively maximum. So this is the maximum mutual inductance between the stator and rotor when the rotor is excited and it is a salient pole machine. So with this, I would like to conclude my today's presentation of calculation of mutual inductance of the stator, mutual inductance between stator and rotor when the rotor is excited and the rotor is salient pole. So that case we have done. So in the next class we are going to learn about if these two coils are excited, stator and rotor, surely the flux distribution will be different. Automatically, if this is a salient pole, the rotor is not uniform. Therefore, accordingly, we have to split this direct axis and the quadrature axis and all. I will explain it in this next class. I hope it is very much helpful to you for understanding. Those who like this channel, kindly subscribe it, and unlike also kindly comment on it, and for future improvement of this channel. Wish you all the best. Thank you.